We are talking about solving absolute value inequalities. And whenever we're doing that, the first thing we want to do is get the absolute value by itself on one side of the inequality. So we can add 3 to both sides. And then we get 2 times the absolute value of 1 minus x is greater than or equal to 12. And divide by 2. And now we get the absolute value of 1 minus x is greater than or equal to 6. And so at this point, we have the absolute value by itself on the left side, and that's when we can decide, is it, if I need to use and or. And so this one is going to be great or then. So when I rewrite my inequalities, I want to use or to join them. So we still have to account for a positive value inside the absolute value. So positive, we just write it down just as is. So say 1 minus x is greater than or equal to 6. And we also have to account for the negative. And in that case, we still keep the left side the same, 1 minus x. Great or, but when we flip the sign, so we change that from positive 6 to negative 6, and we have to change the direction of the inequality sign. But remember that we are talking about or. So we subtract 1, and we get negative x is greater than or equal to 5. Now we divide by negative 1, and because we divided by negative 1, we have to change the direction of the inequality sign. So we get x is less than or equal to negative 5. Here we subtract 1. We get negative x is less than or equal to negative 7. Divide by negative 1. And then we get, because we divided by negative 1, we change the direction of the inequality sign. And we get x is greater than or equal to 7. We remember that our inequality is, or our conjunction to join the inequalities is or, and or means union. So always write the smaller one on the left in set builder notation. So we have x is less than or equal to negative 5, or x is greater than or equal to 7. So that's our set builder notation right there. We can write it in interval notation as well. Negative 5 is the largest part of this inequality over here, and that arrow means it's going to negative infinity. So from negative 5 to negative infinity. The negative 5 is included because of the equal sign, so we use a bracket there. The negative infinity is not included, so we use a parenthesis. And then on the other side, x is greater than or equal to 7. So we're going to start at 7, and we're going to go all the way to infinity. The 7 is included because of the equal sign, so we'll use a bracket there and a parenthesis for the infinity, because we always use a parenthesis on infinity. And the last thing, we have to graph it. And we probably have to count by 5s in order to get both of these in. So if this is 0 right here, then that's negative 5, and then that's 7. So 7 would be right here, and we have a closed dot at 7. in greater than, so we're going to the right. And then we have -5 would be right here. And we have a closed dot, and that's going to the left.